So next is from Narsk Rigagig. Didn't we suspend him?
He's back.
Wardlow done.
Well, that's obvious, Joe. But did we suspend him
yeah,
or not?
he's been suspended in the past multiple times. Yes.
Last week on Dynamite, Wardlow lost his TNT title of whatever the F it is on his first defense against Hobbs. This was following an insanely badly booked storyline between Wardlow and Samoa Joe, forming a tag team, heel turns, dropping the title to Darby for no logical reason in the middle of it, etc. And all this led to Wardlow immediately dropping the title. Kind of reminds me of Raven having that really long angle with DDP and Benoit that only dropped the U.S. title instantly to Goldberg. You likely covered all this before, but do you think that this is the final nail in the coffin for Wardlow? At one time, a Wardlow versus MJF feud seems like it could have been great, but I think that for that to really work today, it's going to take a lot of work to make them both strong. What say you, K100? Yeah, like I said, did you see QT Marshall and Raj Giri went at it on Twitter this week? Did you see that, Joe?
Yeah, a little bit.
And I thought QT Marshall was shoot working him.
Yeah.
Okay, and Raj bit and apologized
Mm-hmm.
to QT, and I quote tweeted QT Marshall said, so Wardlow has heat with the office, because he said like Wardlow has heat with me, take that whichever way you want.
Yeah, and he was
And
probably
QT's
working there
office,
too. Yeah.
Whoa. Say that part again. I didn't read this.
Okay, so I tweeted. Okay, he basically said Wardlow, something about Wardlow, like oh, okay. So no, here's what it was. Raj Giri tweeted that tweeted something, and QT Marshall said it's because Raj, you have no clue on the inner workings of the wrestling business. Like why did Wardlow drop the belt so fast, right?
Right.
And he says, Raj, you have no clue of how the inner workings of the wrestling business work.
Right.
So I quote tweeted that tweet and said, so Wardlow has heat with the office.
Right.
It's like basically what he's trying to say.
Right.
And he said, and then QT responded to my tweet and said, Wardlow has heat with me. You can take that any way you like. Which showed me he was shoot working this whole thing, but Raj Giri, I guess, couldn't comprehend that and thought he was. So Raj Giri apologized.
Remind me again who's Raj Giri.
He's a
Wrestling Inc.
Yeah, one of the guys that owns Wrestling. One of these.
Is he the owner?
Wrestling Inc.'s a pretty big one. Though.
I think he is the owner. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a pretty big one, Wrestling Inc. Right, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he seems like a nice guy. Like I guess Russo did some stuff with him in the past, and they had a good relationship and stuff. So.
Yeah, I think he worked Raj here because I'm looking through the Twitter here now. It's up on the screen, and all the tweets QT references Raj deleted. So.
Yeah. Oh my god! And I tweeted something about all these dirt sheet guys are all of them. If they're here, they are cowering to the come on. It's like the guys.
Bro, they're fanboys. I mean, they try to be more than what they are, but at the end of the day, they're fanboys, and I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. Bro, you've never been in the business. You don't know what's going on. Just because you read a lot about it or listen to podcasts or you got friends in the business, you weren't in the business. Just like I can't know what goes in a firehouse. I'm not a fireman. I'm not in there. I'm not in a baseball dugout. I don't know exactly. There's a lot of we don't know about. But these guys profess to be experts. So get the fuck out of here with that. And you love to criticize, you love to bury people, you love to pile on people, but oh my God, don't let anybody clap back at you because you shatter like a porcelain doll. So yeah, I have very little respect for the majority of them, and I'm sure they have no respect for me, which I don't give a about.
Right.
I wanted to say about QT real quick, because you guys have said recently, you enjoy his work and stuff like that. He's always kind of been like the Smarks don't like QT. Like he had an early on run with Ring of Honor. They didn't like him there because he didn't do that Ring of Honor style, the flips and all that. But I always thought he was really good. I saw him at the Monster Factory a lot. When I went, the top guys was him, Riddle, Damian Priest, and Camarado. And those guys always had QT was great. It used to be like $5 tickets, and I'd be like, these guys are giving a performance way beyond what I paid.
Camarado? Did he? There's so many people that you don't even know.
The last I heard of Camarado was actually QT did an interview recently, and he said Camarado came to us from NXT because WWE didn't know what they had with him. So he's high.
Neither did AEW.
Yeah, I'm saying
they haven't done with him, and not only that, he hasn't nothing against the guy because you can't criticize anybody because if you do, you're a hater. But I haven't seen him do anything in the ring that would make me think he's a star.
Yeah.
But let me just say this about Wardlow. I don't know if he has heat or first. Let me say this about QT. I like QT. I've talked to him a million times in AW. Very intelligent. We're actually going to do something with him in the future. But anyways, Wardlow. It's very head scratching, mind blowing to me that a guy that got over as organically as he kind of did, and he was mega over. He was hot as that you've done what you've done to him, because instead of making him hotter, making him bigger, you had something there, bro. You've dropped the ball on him. I'm not saying he can't be rehabilitated, but there was no reason to do what you've done to him unless he has heat. But the only thing you're doing is this guy who's good looking, young, good wrestler, athletic, good promo, likable. He's probably thinking, what am I doing here? Maybe I should go to WWE. And I'm sure they'd love to have him. But I think they dropped the ball on him.